Life is a journey of growth, healing, and self-discovery. Along this path, you will meet people who bring light to your world and others who may challenge your spirit. When someone has broken your trust, your heart, or your sense of self, it is a signal from the universe, a lesson, not a life sentence. You see, every experience we face, even the painful ones, carries a message. If someone has hurt you, they have taught you something about your worth, your boundaries, and the kind of love you deserve. But hear this clearly: going back to what broke you will not heal you. It will only reopen wounds that are trying to mend. Your heart is a sacred space, a vessel that carries your hopes, dreams, and the essence of who you truly are. When it is broken, it is as though the foundation of your being has been shaken. But even in the pain, there is an opportunity, a chance to grow, to learn, and to rebuild. Healing is not just about moving on. It is about honoring the journey you've been through and nurturing yourself back to wholeness. When someone breaks you, whether through betrayal, neglect, or cruelty, it is easy to question your own worth. You may wonder what you did wrong or why you were not enough. But the truth is, the way someone treats you is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of their own struggles and limitations. Honoring your healing begins with understanding this. It means refusing to internalize someone else's actions as a measure of your worth. You are inherently valuable, and no one can take that away from you. Healing takes time, and that is okay. There is no rush to feel better or normal again. Each person's journey is unique, and there is no timeline for how long it should take to heal. What matters is that you allow yourself the space to feel, to grieve, and to process. This is not weakness, it is strength. It is a sign that you are honoring your emotions and giving yourself permission to heal at your own pace. Part of honoring your healing is learning to listen to your inner voice, the quiet but persistent whisper that tells you what you need. Maybe you need rest, or perhaps you need to cry, to write, or to seek support. Whatever it is, trust that your soul knows what will bring you comfort and peace. Ignoring this voice, trying to push through the pain without addressing it, only delays the process. True healing comes when you allow yourself to acknowledge and honor what you feel. You may find that healing requires setting boundaries, even with people you care about. It can be difficult to create distance or say no, but it is essential. Boundaries are not about shutting others out. They are about protecting your own well-being. When you say, "I need space," or "I cannot accept this behavior," you are standing up for yourself in a profound way. You are telling the world and yourself that your peace is worth preserving. Self-care becomes a vital part of this process. Honoring your healing means prioritizing activities and practices that replenish your spirit. It could be as simple as taking a walk in nature, meditating, or spending time with people who make you feel loved and valued. It might involve journaling your thoughts, reading books that inspire you, or exploring creative outlets like painting or music. Whatever nourishes your soul, make it a regular part of your life. This is how you rebuild the connection to yourself. Forgiveness is often a part of the healing journey, but it is important to understand what forgiveness truly means. It does not mean excusing the person who hurt you or pretending the pain never happened. Instead, it is about releasing the hold that anger and resentment have on your heart. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself, freeing you to move forward without carrying the heavy burden of bitterness. It is an act of liberation, not for the other person, but for your own soul. As you heal, you may notice that your perspective begins to shift. What once felt unbearable starts to feel manageable. The cracks in your heart become reminders of your strength, not your weakness. You start to see the beauty in your resilience and the lessons that the pain has taught you. Honoring your healing is about recognizing these changes and celebrating the progress you've made, no matter how small it may seem. There will be moments when the pain resurfaces, and that is natural. Healing is not a linear process, and it is okay to have days when you feel like you are starting over. In those moments, remind yourself of how far you have come. Be gentle with yourself and remember that healing is not about erasing the pain, but about learning to live alongside it with grace and strength. Above all, Honoring your healing means choosing to move forward. It means deciding that you will not let the pain define you or hold you back. You are more than what happened to you. You are a person of infinite worth, deserving of love, joy, and peace. By honoring your healing, you are choosing to reclaim your life, your power, and your happiness. As you continue this journey, hold on to the knowledge that you are worthy of all the good that life has to offer. Trust that with each step forward, you are moving closer to the light that has always been within you. Your heart, once broken, is mending, stronger and more beautiful than before. Honor this process, honor yourself, and know that brighter days are ahead. Recognizing your worth is one of the most profound and transformative journeys you can take. It is not about arrogance or superiority. It is about understanding and embracing your intrinsic value, which exists regardless of your circumstances or the opinions of others. It is about realizing that you are enough just as you are, that you deserve respect, love, and kindness, and that your life is precious and purposeful. Often we lose sight of our worth because of past experiences, negative relationships, or societal expectations. When someone treats you poorly or undermines you, it can create doubt, making you question whether you truly deserve better. But your worth is not defined by how others see you, it is defined by how you see yourself. Recognizing your worth means stepping away from the need for external validation and turning inward to acknowledge the unique and irreplaceable person you are. This journey begins with self-awareness. Take time to reflect on who you are beyond your roles, achievements, or mistakes. You are not just your job, your title, or the labels others place on you. You are a person with dreams, strengths, emotions, and an infinite capacity for growth. Recognizing your worth means looking beyond the surface and seeing the depth of your character, the compassion you offer, the resilience you show, and the love you give. Sometimes recognizing your worth requires letting go of comparisons. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with images and stories of other people's lives, it can be tempting to measure ourselves against others. But comparisons are traps that diminish your light. Someone else's success, beauty, or happiness does not take away from your own. You are on your unique path, and your worth is not determined by how you measure up to someone else. It is rooted in the fact that you are one of a kind, with a story and purpose that no one else can replicate. Part of recognizing your worth involves setting boundaries and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. This can be challenging, especially if you have been conditioned to put others' needs before your own or to tolerate disrespect for the sake of harmony. But valuing yourself means saying no to people and situations that drain you or diminish your sense of self. It means walking away from relationships that are one-sided or toxic, even if it feels uncomfortable. Every time you set a boundary, you are reinforcing to yourself that your well-being matters and that you deserve to be treated with care and dignity. Self-talk plays a significant role in how you perceive your worth. Pay attention to the inner dialogue you have with yourself. Are you kind and encouraging, or are you overly critical and harsh? The words you say to yourself shape your reality. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, pause and replace those thoughts with affirmations that honor your value. Remind yourself that you are capable, deserving, and enough. These affirmations are not about ignoring areas for growth, but about creating a foundation of self-respect and positivity from which you can build. Recognizing your worth also means allowing yourself to embrace your strengths and celebrate your achievements. Too often we downplay our successes or attribute them to luck, dismissing the effort and talent it took to get there. Take a moment to acknowledge your accomplishments, big and small. Whether it is a professional milestone, a personal breakthrough, or simply getting through a tough day, each victory is a testament to your resilience and capability. Celebrating these moments is not about ego, it is about honoring the person you are becoming. The people you surround yourself with can either uplift or diminish your sense of worth. Choose relationships that nourish you, that remind you of your value, and that encourage you to grow. When you are around people who see and appreciate your worth, it becomes easier for you to see it too. Conversely, be mindful of those who belittle or dismiss you. Their actions reflect their own insecurities, not your value. Recognizing your worth is not a one-time revelation, but an ongoing process. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and challenges. But each time you choose to affirm your value and treat yourself with kindness, you are strengthening your belief in your worth. It is a daily practice, one that becomes more natural and empowering over time. Your worth is not dependent on what you achieve, how you look, or what others think of you. It is intrinsic, unchanging, and limitless. It is the essence of who you are, a unique and irreplaceable being with so much to offer the world. By recognizing your worth, you give yourself permission to live authentically, to pursue your dreams without fear, and to demand the respect and love you deserve. Ultimately, recognizing your worth is an act of self-love. It is a declaration that you are enough, not because of what you do or have, but simply because you exist. And in recognizing your worth, you open the door to a life that reflects your highest potential, a life filled with joy, purpose, and the kind of love that honors the amazing person you are. Forgiveness is one of the most profound acts of self-liberation you can offer yourself. It is not a simple act of letting go or pretending the hurt never happened. Rather, it is a conscious choice to free your heart from the weight of anger, bitterness, and resentment. Forgiveness is not about excusing the actions of others or denying the pain they caused. Instead, it is about reclaiming your power and refusing to let the actions of another control your peace, your joy, or your future. When someone hurts you, it can feel like they've taken a piece of your heart with them, leaving behind wounds that sting every time you think of the betrayal. The pain is real, and it deserves to be acknowledged. Forgiveness does not mean minimizing what happened or sweeping your emotions under the rug. It is about facing those feelings honestly, allowing yourself to grieve, and then making the courageous decision to release them. This process isn't about them, it's about you and your journey to healing. Forgiving someone doesn't mean you need to welcome them back into your life. It doesn't mean you have to trust them again or allow them to repeat their behavior. Forgiveness is an internal process, one that you do for your own well-being. Trust, however, is something that must be earned, and there are times when it's appropriate to let go of certain relationships entirely. The key is learning to distinguish between forgiveness and reconciliation. You can forgive someone without forgetting the lessons their actions taught you. The phrase forgive, but don't forget is often misunderstood. It's not about holding on to grudges or using past mistakes as weapons. It's about remembering the experience in a way that empowers you not as a source of pain, but as a wellspring of wisdom. Forgetting might make you vulnerable to the same harm again, while remembering helps you set boundaries and protect your peace. It's a reminder of your strength and the lessons you've gained from navigating through difficult moments. When you choose to forgive, you are releasing yourself from the prison of resentment. Resentment often feels like a shield, something that protects you from being hurt again. But in truth, it's a burden that weighs you down and keeps you tethered to the very pain you're trying to escape. Letting go of resentment doesn't mean the hurt didn't matter. It means it doesn't have the power to dictate your happiness anymore. Forgiveness allows you to take back control of your emotions and your life. It's natural to fear that forgiving someone might make you seem weak or as though you're condoning their behavior. But true forgiveness is an act of strength. It takes courage to face the pain, to let go of the anger, and to choose healing over bitterness. It's a declaration that you value your peace more than you value holding on to the hurt. In forgiving, you're not letting them off the hook, you're setting yourself free. The act of forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that requires patience, self-compassion, and time. Some days the anger might resurface, and that's okay. Healing is not linear. What matters is your commitment to the process, your willingness to move forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Each time you choose forgiveness, you're reinforcing your strength and prioritizing your well-being. As you forgive, it's important to remember the lessons the experience taught you. Those lessons are your guide, helping you navigate relationships and decisions in the future. Maybe the experience taught you to trust your intuition more, to set clearer boundaries, or to value yourself enough to walk away from harmful situations. These lessons are gifts born from the pain, and they are what you carry forward, not the hurt itself, but the wisdom it brought you. Forgiveness also extends to yourself. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is you. You might replay moments in your mind thinking of what you should have said or done differently. But self-forgiveness is just as vital as forgiving others. You are human, and like everyone else, you are learning as you go. Be kind to yourself. Acknowledge your mistakes, take responsibility if necessary, and then let go of the guilt and self-blame. You deserve the same compassion and grace you offer to others. In the end, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It is an act of self-love, a way of choosing your freedom over your pain. By forgiving but not forgetting, you honor the strength it took to overcome the hurt, while safeguarding yourself against future harm. You don't erase the past, you transform it into a stepping stone that leads to a brighter, healthier, and more peaceful future. So choose forgiveness not for their sake, but for your own. Choose to let go of the anger that no longer serves you. Choose to carry forward the lessons, the strength, and the wisdom you've gained. And most importantly, choose to protect your heart and your peace by remembering what you deserve and never settling for less. Setting boundaries is one of the most empowering acts you can do for yourself. It is not about being selfish or pushing others away. Rather, it is a way of honoring your needs, protecting your peace, and ensuring that your energy is directed toward what truly matters. Boundaries are not walls to isolate yourself, but bridges that allow you to maintain healthy and meaningful relationships while respecting yourself. Too often, people feel hesitant to set boundaries because they fear being seen as unkind, difficult, or ungrateful. However, setting boundaries is not something that requires an apology or explanation. It is an essential act of self-care. It is about acknowledging your limits and making it clear to others what you will and will not accept in your life. Without boundaries, you risk overextending yourself, feeling resentful, and losing touch with your own needs. One of the first steps in setting boundaries is to recognize your worth and prioritize your well-being. You have every right to protect your time, energy, and emotions. It is not selfish to say no to things that drain you or to take space when you need it. In fact, by setting boundaries, you are not only respecting yourself, but also teaching others how to respect you. Healthy boundaries foster mutual respect and understanding, which are the foundation of any strong relationship. It is important to remember that boundaries look different for everyone. What feels comfortable for you might not feel the same for someone else, and that's okay. Your boundaries are personal to you, reflecting your values, needs, and limits. Take time to identify what you need to feel safe, respected, and valued. Whether it's limiting your availability, saying no to certain requests, or communicating your preferences clearly, your boundaries should reflect what aligns with your well-being. When you set a boundary, you are not asking for permission or seeking approval. You are asserting what you need to thrive. It might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are used to putting others' needs before your own. But standing firm in your boundaries is a way of affirming your self-worth. It is a statement that you deserve to be treated with kindness and respect, and that your needs matter just as much as anyone else's. Communicating your boundaries can feel daunting, especially if you fear conflict or rejection. But clear and compassionate communication is key. You don't need to be aggressive or defensive. Simply express your needs calmly and confidently. For example, instead of saying, "I can't help you because I'm too busy," you might say, "I need to focus on my priorities right now, so I won't be able to help." This approach is respectful yet firm, leaving no room for misunderstanding. It's also essential to hold firm when your boundaries are tested. Some people may push back, especially if they are accustomed to you always saying yes or prioritizing their needs over your own. They may try to guilt you, question your decisions, or even dismiss your boundaries entirely. In these moments, remind yourself why you set the boundary in the first place. Stay grounded in your intentions and resist the urge to apologize or justify your choices. You do not owe anyone an explanation for prioritizing your well-being. Setting boundaries is not about controlling others. It is about taking responsibility for your own life. You cannot control how others react to your boundaries, but you can control how you respond. If someone continually disrespects your boundaries, it may be a sign to reevaluate the relationship. Surround yourself with people who respect your limits and support your growth. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect and understanding, not on guilt or manipulation. Boundaries are not static. They can evolve over time. As your needs and circumstances change, it's okay to reassess and adjust your boundaries as needed. What worked for you in the past might not serve you now, and that's part of growth. Be open to revisiting your boundaries and ensuring they continue to reflect your values and priorities. Setting boundaries without apology also means being kind to yourself in the process. It's natural to feel a sense of guilt or doubt when you start asserting your needs, especially if you're not used to doing so. But remember, you are not responsible for managing other people's feelings. You are responsible for protecting your own. Give yourself permission to put your well-being first without feeling ashamed or guilty. When you set boundaries without apology, you are choosing to live authentically and honorably. You are acknowledging that your time, energy, and emotions are valuable and that you deserve to be treated with respect. By prioritizing your needs, you create space for joy, fulfillment, and meaningful connections. You show others that you value yourself, and in doing so, you inspire them to value you as well. Ultimately, setting boundaries is an act of self-love. It is a way of declaring to yourself and the world that you are worthy of respect and care. You don't need to explain, apologize, or feel guilty for protecting your peace. By setting boundaries, you are claiming your right to live a life that aligns with your true self, a life that nurtures your soul and honors your worth. Trusting the universe's plan requires surrender, patience, and faith in forces greater than what the eye can see. It is the understanding that life unfolds exactly as it should, even when it feels chaotic or uncertain. This trust doesn't mean giving up on your goals or sitting idly by. It means aligning your intentions with a higher purpose and letting go of the need to control every detail. It's a practice of believing that everything happening in your life serves your growth, even when the reasons aren't immediately clear. Life often presents challenges and detours that feel like setbacks. In those moments, it's natural to question why things aren't going as planned or why you're facing difficulties. But every twist and turn has a reason. The universe operates with a wisdom far beyond human comprehension, weaving together experiences that ultimately serve your highest good. What feels like rejection today may be redirection towards something greater tomorrow. Trusting the universe means believing that these moments are not roadblocks, but stepping stones guiding you to where you are meant to be. Letting go of control is one of the hardest aspects of trusting the universe. Human nature craves certainty and predictability, but life is inherently unpredictable. The more you try to force outcomes, the more resistance you may encounter. Instead of clinging to rigid expectations, open yourself to possibilities you hadn't considered. When you trust the universe, you allow space for miracles to happen. You stop focusing on what you think you need and make room for what is truly meant for you. This trust requires patience, which can be challenging in a world that thrives on instant gratification. When progress feels slow or outcomes seem uncertain, remind yourself that timing is everything. The universe doesn't operate on human schedules, it operates on divine timing. Seeds planted today may not bear fruit tomorrow, but that doesn't mean they aren't growing. Trust that things are unfolding exactly as they should, and have faith that the delays and pauses are part of the process. Believing in the universe's plan also means recognizing the power of surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means releasing the need to control and accepting life as it comes. It's about doing your part, setting intentions, taking aligned action, and staying committed to your growth while leaving the outcome in the hands of the universe. Surrendering allows you to move through life with more ease and less stress, knowing that you are supported by a force greater than yourself. Gratitude plays a crucial role in trusting the universe. When you cultivate gratitude for where you are right now, you shift your focus from lack to abundance. Gratitude amplifies trust because it reminds you of all the times the universe has already provided for you. Reflect on moments when things worked out unexpectedly or when challenges led to blessings in disguise. These moments are proof that the universe has always been working in your favor, even when you couldn't see it at the time. Another key to trusting the universe is tuning into your intuition. Your intuition is the universe's way of communicating with you, guiding you toward the path that aligns with your highest good. Pay attention to the subtle nudges, the gut feelings, and the synchronicities that show up in your life. These are signs that the universe is orchestrating events in your favor. Trust those inner whispers, even when they lead you to unfamiliar territory. Your intuition knows what your mind cannot yet comprehend. Faith is the foundation of trusting the universe's plan. Faith doesn't mean ignoring reality or denying challenges. It means believing in the unseen and trusting in the process. When you face difficulties, remind yourself that they are temporary and that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring you closer to your purpose. Faith is what carries you through the uncertainty, allowing you to move forward, even when the path isn't clear. Trusting the universe also requires self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when doubts arise or when you feel frustrated by the unknown. It's natural to have moments of fear or impatience, but don't let them consume you. Instead, acknowledge your feelings and gently remind yourself to return to trust. The universe isn't asking for perfection, it's asking for your willingness to believe in the greater plan and to stay open to the lessons along the way. Every experience, whether joyful or challenging, contributes to your growth and evolution. Trusting the universe's plan means embracing life as a journey rather than a destination. It's about finding peace in the present moment, knowing that everything is exactly as it should be. Even in the face of uncertainty, trust that you are being guided, protected, and supported every step of the way. When you trust the universe, you align yourself with a flow of abundance, love, and possibility. You let go of fear and doubt, replacing them with hope and belief. You stop questioning why things happen and start trusting that they happen for a reason. And in doing so, you free yourself to live fully, embracing life with an open heart and a deep sense of purpose. The universe's plan for you is far greater than anything you could imagine. Trust it. And watch how your life transforms in ways beyond your wildest dreams. Choosing yourself first is not about selfishness or disregarding the needs of others. It's about recognizing your own worth, honoring your own needs, and ensuring that you are whole and healthy in mind, body, and spirit before you can give to others. It is the practice of self-love, of understanding that you cannot pour from an empty cup. By choosing yourself first, you set a foundation for personal growth, emotional well-being, and fulfilling relationships. It is an act of self-respect that enables you to show up in your life and for others in the most authentic and impactful way possible. At its core, choosing yourself first is about prioritizing your well-being, even when the world around you demands your attention. Life often pulls us in many directions. Family, work, friends, and societal expectations all want a piece of us. But if you are always putting others first, you may lose sight of your own needs, your own goals, and ultimately your sense of self. When you constantly neglect yourself in favor of others, you risk burnout, resentment, and a sense of unfulfillment. Choosing yourself first is a powerful reminder that you deserve love, care, and attention just as much as anyone else. One of the first steps in choosing yourself is learning to say no without guilt. Saying no is not a rejection of others, it's a recognition that you cannot do everything. and that you have limits. It's easy to feel pressure to say yes to every request, but this can lead to overcommitting and neglecting your own needs. When you say no, you are protecting your time and energy for what truly matters. You are saying yes to your own well-being and peace of mind. Remember, every time you say yes to something that drains you, you are saying no to something that could replenish you. Choosing yourself first also means setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining balance in your life. They are not walls to isolate you, but rather guidelines for how you want to be treated and how you will protect your energy. Setting boundaries might mean distancing yourself from toxic people, saying no to obligations that don't align with your values, or taking time to rest when you feel exhausted. Boundaries empower you to take control of your life and create space for self-care and growth. The more you practice setting boundaries, the more confident and clear you will become in defining what is acceptable and what is not. Self-care is another important aspect of choosing yourself first. It is easy to become so wrapped up in the demands of life that you forget to nurture yourself. Self-care isn't just about taking bubble baths or getting massages. It's about taking time to nourish your mind, body, and spirit in ways that make you feel recharged. This could mean taking a walk in nature, reading a book, meditating, or engaging in a creative hobby. It's about finding activities that bring you joy and allow you to reconnect with yourself. When you care for yourself, you build resilience, reduce stress, and create a deeper sense of peace. Choosing yourself first means making self-care a priority, not an afterthought. A significant part of choosing yourself is learning to trust your intuition. Often we look outside ourselves for answers, seeking validation from others, but your inner wisdom knows what is best for you. When you listen to your intuition, you align with your true desires and purpose. Trusting yourself means honoring your feelings and instincts, even if they lead you in directions that others may not understand. When you choose yourself first, you make decisions based on what feels right for you, rather than what is expected of you or what others think you should do. Choosing yourself also means healing from past wounds and letting go of limiting beliefs. Many people hold onto old patterns of thinking that tell them they are not worthy or that they must constantly prove themselves. These beliefs can prevent you from stepping into your full potential. When you choose yourself first, you commit to healing these wounds, whether it's through therapy, journaling, meditation, or other healing practices. You stop holding yourself back from living a life you truly deserve. By choosing to heal, you create space for new opportunities, growth, and self-empowerment. In relationships, choosing yourself first doesn't mean being indifferent to others. In fact, when you choose yourself, you are better able to show up for those you love. You stop sacrificing your needs for the sake of others and instead create balance, supportive connections. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding. And by choosing yourself first, you teach others how to treat you. You stop seeking external validation and learn to validate yourself. As a result, you attract more meaningful, fulfilling relationships that enhance your life rather than drain you. Choosing yourself first is a lifelong practice, and it's okay to take small steps toward making it a habit. Start by becoming more aware of when you are neglecting yourself and gently redirecting your focus toward your needs. Celebrate the moments when you say no, when you set boundaries, when you care for yourself, and when you trust your inner wisdom. Every small act of self-love strengthens your foundation and reinforces your belief that you are worthy of the time and attention you so often give to others. Ultimately, choosing yourself first is a radical act of self-respect and self-love. It is the foundation for a life filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. When you choose yourself, you are not only taking care of your own well-being, but also setting an example for others to do the same. You teach others that it is okay to prioritize themselves, that it is okay to take up space, and that they too are deserving of love and care. By choosing yourself first, you create a life that aligns with your true self, where you can thrive and grow without compromise.